If you are looking for ideas about homeschool subjects that you can do together with multiple ages, then you are in the right place, because on this channel, which is all things homeschooling, I am full of ideas for you. So I have had a part 1 to this family subject topic, and that was about science, and I have had a part 2, which is about what we are doing for our history and our apologetics. And today's video is all about our conference day. Now, what is conference day? Well, I will explain that here in a bit. I'm also going to talk about my idea for a reading challenge for my children and what that is all about and why I'm doing that. And then at the end of this video, I have encouragement for you moms. So stick around to the end and let's get started. My name is Rachel, and I am a 7th year homeschooling mom of 3 children, ages 7, 11, and 14. Here's what this conference day idea is all about. You watched my 9th grader video of his subjects. I talked about how in order for this mom to stay on top of what my high schooler is doing, instead of a fun Friday this year, we're still going to do a 4-day school week, but that Friday or that 5th day is going to look a little bit different because I am going to need to have one-on-one time with my high schooler. He and I are going to need to connect with some one-on-one time because he's not going to be integrated with as many family subjects as maybe he has been in the past. So I have decided to set aside one day, at least every other week, if not every week, where he and I are going to connect one-on-one. We're going to talk about what he's been doing for school and have these fantastic discussions about his history and his science. And that's also kind of going to be a catch-up day for me to make sure I'm keeping up on his high school records and his transcript. So I'm calling it conference day. Again, working the details out on what that means. What are my daughters gonna do if I'm having one-on-one time with my high schooler? I am probably gonna have them do some CC memory work. I'm never going to give up classical conversations memory work because one, I have the apps, which I talked about in my supply video and give a little demo there. But that app is, anybody can get it. You don't have to be a part of classical conversations to get a hold of that app. It's $15 per cycle, so if you wanted to get all 3 cycles, a total of $45, but you have it for life, you have the updates for life. And it's very interactive, so it's a very, very, very cool app. And I can hand them the iPad and say, go work on your memory work, and they can do it on their own. And then the app quizzes them on it. So I'll probably have them do that. And then I've talked about the extra math app before. We'll have them do their math drills. And then one other thing, because I need them to still be doing some sort of focused activity. I'm not sure how long my son and I will need to have one-on-one time with each other, but I also am gonna need to make sure I'm keeping up on his grades and his transcripts because this is high school. So I can't just have them having a free-for-all all the time. So what are they gonna be doing? I also have this Song School Latin book with this Song School Latin DVDs. My son is doing Latin because he started it with classical conversations, and I have plenty of reasons why Latin is beneficial. I know not everybody is in the same boat, so just hear me out here for a sec. They also have Song School Spanish, so this is just an idea for a family subject. I'm not sure if they have Song School French, but these are activity pages that I can print for my daughters. They can watch the little DVD lesson, and then they can do some of this. I'm not sure. My daughters have started doing some Latin memory work, again, because of classical conversations. I'm not sure if I will have them learn Latin or not when they get to the upper grades like my son, but for now, I don't have to worry about it. And I have this, and so I'm gonna have them do it on that conference day, and we'll just see how it goes. One more thing I'm going to potentially add into this conference day is I mentioned in my family subjects history video that I was going to incorporate some historical movies for my daughters and historical documentaries. The conference day is gonna be a perfect day for me to say, you know what, I need to work with your brother right now so you girls can sit here and start your movie. Voila. And then the other thing that I'm going to have my daughters do together on that day independently, and actually every day, and actually my son will kind of be included in this as well independently, is they are going to be doing a reading challenge. A reading challenge. I do not have typical homeschoolers. Many of you all have readers, kids who just love to read and devour books. If you are a young mom watching this, let me just say, read aloud to your kids. If you have babies, read aloud to them. This is one of the mistakes that I made when my older two especially, I did not read enough. I was busy. I was a busy working mom. And I didn't understand really the importance. Why am I reading books to my baby? They don't understand these words. I didn't understand the fact that they associate it with love, that you're actually creating a family culture of reading. I didn't understand that. And so it's one of those things that I am a little bit behind the 8 ball with for my kids. I also am not a huge reader myself, so that's part of the challenge. I'm just not a devourer of books. I do read books, but I'm one that maybe reads 1 or 2 a year because I take them to the waiting room. I just like listening to podcasts and sermons, and that's kind of where I get a lot of my learning from. But I digress, again, because I'm chatty like that. Okay, I'm creating a reading challenge for my kids. So this is where they are going to be rewarded for reading books. So they're going to have their regular school reading. If some of their curriculums have them read books, I might choose a couple that I want them to read, and then I might let them choose some readers for fun. I haven't figured out the details of this yet and what the reward is going to be. The reward is going to be tied, though, to the Xbox, because that's unfortunately what my children are drawn to all the time. If they want to play video games, fine, but you're going to have to read for it first. And maybe I might reward them with a little bit of money also. And here's where I come from that. Why would I pay my kids to read? Well, first of all, who are the smartest, most successful people in the world? They're all readers. Reading has a huge benefit. Why not be rewarded for it? When I was in the business world, I saw a lecture by John Maxwell. I saw him in person. You may know him. He's a Christian author, but most of his books are all about leadership. And he said in this seminar that he paid his kids to read. His kids can read for leisure, and maybe he doesn't pay them to read those sorts of books. But he has his own book list, books that he thinks are important. And if they read from those books, they can earn money. It encourages working hard. So the diligence, maybe working for something that may not be the most fun thing in the world to do at first. Hopefully you're building readers, right? But that's life. I mean, life isn't always fun. Sometimes you have to do things that wouldn't be your first choice. I mean, every single job I've ever had hasn't been the most fun job in the world. I mean, who wants to work? I want to play all day, right? So sometimes you just have to buckle down and do what you need to do, and there are rewards for that sort of diligence. So that's kind of where I'm coming from there. Instead of rewarding your children to do chores, which they should be doing anyway as part of your family, reward them for something that they don't necessarily have to do, but that would be a good skill builder or a good life skill, and try to motivate them in that way to work for something. And then maybe part of what comes out of that is they will develop a love for that. They will at least maybe develop that character quality of diligence and prudence and hard work and quality. Because this mom's also about quality. I don't know if I will end up doing all of them, because like I said, I gotta shoot for the clouds. Shooting for the stars can sometimes feel discouraging when you realize you got too much on your plate. If you've never read the book from Sarah Mackenzie, Teaching from Rest, she talks about this idea in there. Like when you're a hiker, the first time you go hiking, you probably overload your backpack, and then a few miles in, you realize, wow, this backpack is really, really heavy. It's too much. I packed way too much because I planned for every single scenario there possibly was. But those experienced hikers, the ones who have done it over and over and over again, realize every little ounce counts. And so they will even cut off the bottom half of their toothbrush because that's an ounce that they don't have to carry. So in this book, Teaching from Rest, she likens that to curriculum and how sometimes we are overloading our backpack, and then through the year we feel like we have to do it because we planned for it. And so we're drudging along with this really heavy backpack. You don't have to do that. So that is why I am kind of cautiously sharing my ideas in case they can inspire you, but I'm also letting you know as I think through this, we'll see what my final plan is. We will definitely be doing the family loop, and my kids will definitely be reading at least, and we will definitely be doing our Bible stuff. It's just how much and how we do it, because I don't want to be carrying a heavy load all year long. If you're worried about the over planning or concerned about the over planning, are you feeling me? Then you need to check out this video that I did on rethinking how we use curriculum, because I have to remind myself of this every single year. Until next time, bye.